Hey there, welcome back to the Great Canadian Blueprint. I'm Ian, your guide through Canada's economic past. Today we're diving into the immigration stories of Calgary and Edmonton, Alberta's twin powerhouses. Just a few hours apart, these cities were forged by waves of immigrants who turned prairies into economic engines. As a RE/MAX real estate agent in Hamilton, Ontario, I'm exploring the economic history that made Canada into what it is today. So let's jump in. Calgary and Edmonton kicked off as frontier outposts, but immigrants set them on fire. Calgary, founded in 1875 as a Northwest Mounted Police post, got a massive boost when the Canadian Pacific Railway rolled in during 1883. Edmonton, established as Fort Edmonton in 1795 by the Hudson's Bay Company, became a gateway during the 1896 Klondike Gold Rush. These events drew thousands, laying the economic groundwork. The first wave was mostly British along with Germans and Scandinavians. They came as ranchers, traders, and farmers, drawn by the cheap land and railway access. By 1901, Calgary had about 4,000 residents, and Edmonton had around 2,500, with British settlers dominating, investing in cattle ranching and early commerce. From 1891 to 1914, over 170,000 Ukrainians arrived in Canada, many settling in rural areas, but also boosting Calgary and Edmonton's economies. Their farming know-how drove agricultural GDP, contributing 20% to Alberta's economy by 1910. The railway and the gold rush sparked commerce. Calgary's cattle industry, fueled by British investment, generated $1.5 million in exports by 1900, while Edmonton's role as a supply hub for the Klondike added $500,000 yearly. Real estate took off. Calgary lots jumped from an estimated $50 in 1880 to $500 by 1900. And Edmonton followed, with land values doubling as settlers poured in. Then, the 1947 Leduc oil discovery flipped Alberta's script, turning Calgary and Edmonton into oil and gas giants. This boom drew a new wave of immigrants, supercharging the economy and real estate. After World War II, displaced persons and refugees from places like the UK, the Netherlands, and Germany flocked to Alberta for jobs. By 1961, Calgary's population hit almost 280,000 people, and Edmonton reached just over 280,000 as well, up from 43,000 and 80,000 respectively in 1921. Europeans filled roles in engineering and construction, with oil companies like Imperial Oil hiring thousands. By 1955, Alberta's oil production was worth $200 million annually, with immigrants driving 30% of the workforce. Post-1967, Canada's points-based immigration system opened the doors to Asians, particularly from China, India, and the Philippines. By the 1970s oil boom, Calgary and Edmonton saw thousands arrive, working in oil construction and services. As an example, Filipino immigrants, numbering about 4,000 in Calgary by 1981, took up healthcare and hospitality roles. The oil boom was massive. By 1980, Alberta's oil and gas sector generated $10 billion annually, with Calgary as the corporate hub and Edmonton supporting refining and government. Construction boomed. Calgary's GDP grew 8% yearly from 1970 to 1980, and Edmonton hit 6%. Calgary's average house price soared from $25,000 in 1970 to $100,000 by 1980, a 300% jump over 10 years. Edmonton's prices followed, rising from $20,000 to $80,000. New neighborhoods like Calgary's Brentwood and Edmonton's Millwoods housed growing immigrant populations, with 10,000 homes built in each city by 1980. Immigrants didn't just fuel the oil, they diversified Calgary and Edmonton's economies. Chinese communities, established since the 1880s for the railway work, grew Chinatowns in both cities by the 1910s. South Asians arrived post-1900, working in construction and transportation, contributing $2 million to Calgary's economy by 1930. By the 2000s, immigrants drove tech and healthcare, with Calgary's tech sector generating $5 billion and Edmonton's University of Alberta attracting 5,000 international students yearly, boosting the economy by $500 million. Immigration drove housing demand as well. Calgary's population hit almost 600,000 people by 1981, and Edmonton reached over 520,000, doubling from 1961. Suburbs expanded, with Calgary's northeast and Edmonton's west seeing 20,000 new homes by 1990. Land values in Calgary's downtown jumped from $1,000 per lot in 1900 to $50,000 by 1980. Edmonton followed as well, hitting $40,000. Today, Calgary's median home price is $600,000 and Edmonton's is $400,000, reflecting ongoing immigrant-driven demand. Immigration shaped Calgary and Edmonton's cultural vibrancy. Ukrainian festivals like Edmonton's Ukrainian Day draw 50,000 people annually, while Calgary's Chinatown hosts cultural events generating $10 million in tourism. In 2021, Calgary had 36.2% visible minorities, mostly from South Asia, China, and the Philippines. And Edmonton had 37.1% visible minorities, again coming from South Asia, China, and the Philippines. In 2019, Alberta welcomed 44,000 immigrants, with India, Philippines, and China leading, contributing $5 billion to GDP through tech, healthcare, and energy. From Ukrainian farmers to oil boom workers, immigrants built Calgary and Edmonton's economies, turning prairies into powerhouses. Their contributions shaped real estate and culture. Alberta's $350 billion GDP owes much to their hustle. So what's next? How will immigrants shape Calgary and Edmonton's future amid affordability debates? Drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching The Great Canadian Blueprint. Hit like and subscribe for our next dive into Canada's economic story.